So here's the dad of this girl that was just murdered by some savage. Big enough guy. You'd think he'd have some balls. Look, the beautiful white daughter there, the one on top, the picture on top, if you're confused. And then this just dead-eyed, another dead-eyed savage. Another one. Does this guy look like he has the potential to make anyone's life better? Does he look like the type of guy that you look at and go, yeah, that guy will probably go on to bigger and better things and improve the state of the country or the world in some way? No, he is a burdensome savage let loose on a civilized society. And he did what he does. Murdered a beautiful person here. And you know, what do we get? Where's the outrage? Where's the outcry for fucking anything? This is in Columbia, South Carolina, too, by the way. We don't get anything. We don't hear anything. They'd rather, oh, poor Carmelo Anthony, the guy that murdered another white young person, raised money for him. Yeah, where's this guy's? I'm sure this guy will get some GoFundMe thing put together for what a wonderful person he is. But yeah, here's the father. And obviously he's shaken up. He's sad. He wants to talk about his daughter. But I think he's just still in denial. I think he's just in that denial thing. She's not dead. I don't know. I don't feel like she's gone. Let me talk about her like her spirit is still here and stuff. And that's all great and fine and well. And, for how you'll listen to him. He's going to talk about the spirit of his daughter and how she will live on forever in their thoughts and memories. And they'll think about the goodness. And that's, that's all well and fine. But I think what you're going to be living with is an undefinable loss and sorrow. Sure. Oh, remember her. Remember when she did that? It was great. Remember her spirit. I'm going to let her inspire me to do better and that's there. But I don't think that's the majority of what you feel. I think the majority of what you feel is an immense loss that will never, ever, ever be satisfied. It will never go away. So he talks about that. But, if anyone deserves to drop an N-bomb with impunity, it's the father of this beautiful dead girl right here. So let's listen and feel bad and kind of also feel pissed that he doesn't call out this baboon for taking his beautiful daughter.
My name is Stephen Federico, and I am Logan Haley Federico's father, better known as Dad or her hero. Unfortunately, that day, I could not be her hero. My daughter, I cherished. She was a strong, fun, loving individual who did what she wanted to do and was spicy. She was the biggest Taylor Swift fan that I've ever seen. I took her to the Taylor Swift concert myself, and then I became one.
Gay?
My daughter was working hard at school, working 2 jobs.
Of course.
To become a teacher.
Productive.
She loved and adored kids, children of all ages. She had a bright future with her. The message I want to send, what was his name? The Dickie, who took my daughter's life.
The Dickie?
This is from her. You can't kill my spirit. You might be able to kill my body, my physical, but you cannot kill my love that my family and Fred shared with me. My memories made with my daughter and my family and her friends will never die. I had some of the most courageous friends over my house last night celebrating Logan. We have developed a group text to stay in touch. They promised me they'll never forget me, never forget Logan.
They will. It's terrible to say, and I know. Look, I'm not even going to really fault him here. He's lost. I can't even imagine the feeling of loss that this guy has in such a useless, disgusting way that her life was taken, and his daughter was taken away from him. And this will get him through the now. I understand that. But everything, the last thing people want to do is perpetuate supporting sorrow. Initially, it's a great thing. Everyone comes together. You get I'm so sorry. And it's, it helps the people. We all understand that. But at some point, the person that has this unbelievable loss has to just continue living their life after the friends, family, the police department, all the people that were there when this happens, they go away because, you have your own shit in your own lives. And people don't like being around sadness. It's terrible. Some people can do it. Some people make careers out of doing it. I don't know how they don't blow their fuck brains out. Some of them do, I guess. But, the guy's going to have to continue. We could look back at people that have lost loved ones by the same filthy hands that this poor guy lost his daughter over. And, those people, the whole hoopla behind it is gone, and everyone went their different ways and lived their lives, and they just have to deal with loss and sorrow every fucking day. And the anger has to be there. Like, this is what I don't understand. Where's the anger? He calls Didicki out, whatever his fuck name is. If it's Didicki, D''Dicky, he calls him out and he's like, hey, I just want to say to this guy, and I'm going to speak as my daughter here, you can't crush my spirit. You might have taken my physical body, but I can't. Blah, blah, blah. I feel horribly terrible for you, sir, but you should be addressing this guy in one fashion and one fashion only. If I somehow get the opportunity to tear your fucking eyeballs out of your head, I will do it. I would be appealing to his prisoner, the other fellow prisoners, and somehow letting the word out there that you get me this guy's nappy fucking scalp, and I will make sure you're taken care of. I'll fill up your commissary fucking bank account, get all the cools and chicken money can buy. But just to sit there and think, because here's the thing. He's addressing a fucking lower life form. You think this guy gives a shit? You think Didicki here cares that you're telling you? You think he's going to feel bad? You think he's going to go, oh, yeah, wow, I did take away a bit of sunshine there. A great sparkle in the universe I extinguished. What? This guy doesn't give a fuck about anything or anyone. You're talking to a brick fucking wall, and at least a wall has some use. So again, while I feel terrible for this guy, and I give him a pass on what he says, and more importantly, what he's not saying, some of these dads got to step up, man. Some of these dads got to step up. That father of Austin Metcalf, twice this spokesperson for the Anthony family has gone on television and shit talked the father, saying he doesn't, he has no place at these press conferences, and he shouldn't be around the Anthony family. Well, fuck you. Austin's father should be dropping N-bombs. He would be totally justified. That's the least he should be doing. Again, he should be advocating for the extermination of Carmelo Anthony. What the hell? They raised $500,000 because they didn't feel safe. Give them a reason to not feel safe. How about that? How about you give Carmelo Anthony and his advocate and his family a reason to move, to spend $500,000 on a new house? Just like Shiloh Hendricks had to do, because there are real, authentic death threats to her life because she dropped an N-bomb. It's all so fucking backwards and stupid and nauseating. So, we'd like to see a dad. First of all, we'd like to see not another fucking father have to deal with this shit. But no one wants to really address the problem and really start doing something about it. So in the interim, we're going to have these cases where a father is going to have to get on television and address the fact that their useful, productive child was murdered by some fucking animal. So, I'd like to see some dads kind of maybe step up and start addressing the problem. I hate, I'd hate to think that a dead child is being used for some type of agenda, but it is the fact of the matter. Their lives, their unbelievably beautiful, useful, productive lives are being sacrificed. And if not the loved ones of the dead children speaking out about it, then who the fuck, Who am I? Former shock jock? I don't carry as much weight as the father of a dead child would to go out there and talk about the bullshit, the violence that's going on against young white people by these fucking animals that don't deserve to breathe the same air. All right, let's see a little more of a dear old dad here.
That text name is Logan's Crew. She will live on forever. Maybe not physically, but spiritually. She will touch people and protect over people.
No.
Somehow, she will still have a huge
this is sad.
Decision about what kids' life and looking over them. She became very goal-oriented, and she was achieving those goals.
Of course.
Working hard to achieve that.
Productive.
I ask you to take in consideration the work that these officers did. I cannot tell you the line of communication daily, how I was informed how things were going. This is the most professional staff of any company I've been associated with.
Could you pause again too? Here, I'm no psychiatrist or psychologist or anyone that is in the mental health field. But I will tell you, that is a man in denial right there. He knows his daughter's dead. I'm not saying he's denying that she is, but it's so obvious it hasn't hit him yet. He's trying his hardest to speak about the positives, which is insane to think. There are no positives that his daughter has been murdered senselessly by that thing. So he's just focusing on, look, we got this email group, this text group together. And you know, she's going to live on. She's going to influence people's lives forever. And the cops, let me hear it from my buddy, Officer Flaherty over here, and Orion, and all these beautiful cops. And like he made new friends. Like he went out golfing or on a cruise and met new people. We're going to keep in touch. Give me your number. What a great time we had in the Bahamas. Like, it's fucking sad. And and you know what's in this guy's future. The crash, the big crash, the realization. And, you know, he's got the eyes and ears of a nation right there. And I really think these dads need to fucking say something. And I can only imagine that as time goes by and that anger and the loss builds up in them and the people start not texting as much, and that anger is just going to be there. And he's got to watch this son of a bitch with some fuck defense attorney talking about what a great guy he is and how he's got mental illness or fucking Asperger's or some shit, autism. And he was a great guy, and how perhaps she was responsible for her own demise. She startled him when she came out after he was robbing a fucking house. Whatever it is, those fuck shit defense attorneys can spin a yarn that make anyone look like a piece of shit except their client, who is a piece of shit. So, you know, that anger is going to build. He's going to be in that court every day. And he's probably going to be like, God damn, I want to say something. I should have said it that day when the cameras were on me. And I don't know. Now he's got to sit and watch this guy be coddled and pampered by the courts and the defense attorneys and his family. This fucking lump of shit's family is going to be in the courtroom giving him the stink eye, going, when they shit talk his daughter. Oh, my God. I don't know how you do it. Well, I know how you do it. You do what the guy did when he shot the pedophile that was going to court for abusing his son in the airport at the phone booth. You wait, you plan it out, you spin around and blow his fucking brains out. That's what you do. Oh, Jerry, what'd you do? I fixed the problem. I did it. Not the court, not the bullshit lawyers that are going to try their best to get this guy off the hook. I finished it. It's ended and over right now. End of story. And I just can't imagine that a father doesn't have that type of instinct, love for his child, and this instinct that says, I need to fucking dispatch that son of a bitch that killed my daughter or loved one. All right, little